welcome to the show. He is a member of the Exonerated 5, and I don't want to mess his name up because and bring all kind of hell on my head. No, we have Yusef Salaam on the phone. How are you, young man?
Oh my goodness, I am doing extremely well. Trying to stay safe. Trying to, this sheltering in plain sight, so to speak, is something that I remember very, very clearly. As being a person who was locked up in a place that I didn't deserve to be locked up in. And,
Central Park 5, right?
Let me ask you something. Central Park 5, Exonerated 5, yes indeed.
Right. Let me ask you something. So when you see what's happening now, because you're an example of a man who was wrongly convicted, ended up doing time for something you clearly didn't do, and you are an example of somebody who leaned on their faith, right? Your faith was really something that helped you and got you through, right?
Absolutely.
And so now we have a country that is fearful. Basically, they're fearful of all that things that are going on. But yet is a country that talks about how much faith they have, right? So
correct.
Aren't things like this a crisis of faith, a challenge of faith, a question of faith? When
Absolutely.
We face things like this?
When we face stuff like this, we definitely have a crisis of faith. In many instances, we want to question our faith. But I want folks to know also that this is perhaps the first time that we've ever come in contact with an epidemic like this ourselves. And this is definitely the time that I think we should all turn towards faith in a more powerful way because, we can't see the air.
Right.
That's a powerful, powerful thing.
But it also exhibits, I think that when crisis is like this, you can tell how faithful people are by the way. Do you know that there's never been, I don't know any wars that were ever started by atheists. I don't know when things like this happen. I don't know when things like this happen in for instance, Japan. You don't see the incidences of price gouging and looting. You see them working together as a community, as a collective for the good of each other. Here, the very prescription that they're telling us we need is to stay away, to you're on your own, to like everything is the antithesis of what we've always been taught.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the part that's the most difficult, I think, to swallow. How do we be away and still be safe? How do we be away in a place that we've been taught that we need each other to survive? We lean on each other. I mean, social media has been a big barometer of how people have been moving and operating in modern times where we want the likes. We want to be able to be seen by others and be celebrated by others. And here we now have to do that in ourselves, by ourselves, and try to really find constructive ways to stay safe. How do we maintain our mental capacity in these spaces, right? And so here we are locked, so to speak, in our own homes by our own selves, but we have to figure out, can we maintain a fitness level? Can we maintain a mental level by reading books? Can we care for ourselves in a way that we haven't cared for ourselves before, when most of what we are seeing causes us to want to sometimes, use outside substances to make ourselves.
Hey, let's not bring me into this, Yusef. There's no need to bring me into this. and it's not an outside substance. I went to it's not outside. They brought it to me.
Yeah, listen. But the deal, one of the things I want to tell you, though, is that even in the book that I read, the Quran, it does say that there's utility for men in substances. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely something that's there, but we just have to be mindful, too, that we don't go overboard. I think that's the other thing, right? There's a balance in life that we have to maintain, and we can't make ourselves so afraid of the unknown that we wreck ourselves in this process. We need to strengthen ourselves because nothing is going to be the same again.
Yeah.
Now is the time for us to really dig deep into ourselves, reflect on ourselves, try to understand how can we arise as new people out of this crisis. Once the doors are open, who are you going to step back out into the world as? And I think that that's the part that's important. We have personal power. We have comeback power. We can be better than we were. And if we were great, then we can be even greater and help others out too.
You're very dope, man. Thank you very much. I'm going to have it.
Oh, man. Thank you
so much for coming on the show, man. Keep your head up, man. Thank you so much. Yusef Salaam, everybody. Give him a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good dude. All right, coming up, we got Special K giving us another Short Bus Records banger. That's coming up in 20 minutes. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.
We know you had a great weekend, and now we're kicking your week off the right way, right here on the D.L. Hughley Show.